Welcome back to Special Educators Resource Room podcast. I'm Jennifer from Positively Learning. So glad that you're tuning in because today we are talking about something very real. It is that moment when you are hovering your mouse over your inbox and you just don't want to hit click. Your heart rate might be going up a little bit. You might be trying to guess what that vague, quick question subject line really means. And then you're starting to think, do I really need to check my email right now, or can I wait like forever? If your inbox is starting to make you feel stressed out, this episode is for you because we're going to be talking about why this happens because it's so normal, what we're actually going to do about it, and a few small but mighty strategies that have helped me protect my peace, and it might help you too. And yes, I'm going to be sharing a real story from the Taskbox Club, which is a passion project I love, but it still had me dreading my inbox lately. Let's dive in. Let's rewind just a couple months ago. It was September, and we had a huge website upgrade. It was a big switch for the Taskbox Club. We added hundreds of new resources. We improved the search. There were new visuals, updated file folders, new tasks. I was so excited to share it all. But something unexpected happened. I started getting emails from members, and they weren't happy. Now, most of them were kind. They were just confused. Some couldn't find their login. Things looked different. They had missed the emails I sent out, and they just weren't sure where to click. That is totally fair. It is a busy time. But then there were other emails that had, let's call it a tone. You know the tone. And suddenly, I didn't want to open my inbox anymore. And every time I saw new messages, my stomach dropped. And it made me feel a certain way. I actually felt a little embarrassed because I run this membership and I'm so proud of it. I love the teachers in it. I know the resources are helpful, but emotions don't follow logic. And honestly, every time I got an email, it felt like a reminder that I hadn't done enough, even though I'd done everything I could think of. And that's the moment I knew I needed to take back the narrative. So I started to research, and I noticed that the members who were mostly confused or angry with me were members who hadn't logged in for a while. So I gathered that list and I emailed them. I started emailing members before they emailed me, not in a defensive way, not in a, here's why you shouldn't be upset, but more like, hey, I noticed you haven't logged in a while. And I just wanted to let you know, we're up to over 1,000 resources. Here's your login information. Let me know if you need anything. I'm here. It was such a shift for me and for them. I couldn't control who would respond, because some never did, but I felt better sending that positive, proactive message. And it reminded me I do have control over how I show up. So now let's bring this back to you. If you are a special educator, I know you've gotten some emails lately that made your shoulders tense up just reading them. Maybe it was a caregiver questioning a behavior plan. Maybe you had a cryptic admin note. Can you stop by for a quick chat? Or it's a progress report reminder when you just caught your breath from the last round. Whatever it is, you are not overreacting. That feeling in your body when you open an email that you weren't emotionally ready for, that is real. It is a sign that you care deeply and you're carrying a lot. You're not alone. You're just human in a very hard job. So let's talk about some things that you can do, not to fix it all, but to help you breathe a little easier. Number 1, send the email first. Pick that one family that you feel a little uneasy when you hear from them and send that email to them first. You don't need it to be a perfectly polished newsletter. You can just say a quick, hey, just wanted to share that we're seeing some great progress with blank this week. I know you're probably juggling a million things, but I wanted to celebrate this with you. Will it stop their future emails? No. Will they even open it? Maybe not, but you sent it. You showed up positively and with purpose, and that matters. Number 2, set your inbox boundaries and keep these boundaries. Here's what I recommend. Check your inbox twice a day. If that sounds outrageous because you're checking it 15, 20 times a day, let me just repeat that. Check it twice a day, once before school starts and once before you leave school. That is it. If you emailed somebody and they did not respond within 30 minutes, how would you feel about that person? Would you be outraged? Probably not. Most people outside of special education respond within 24 hours. So why do we have those expectations that it has to be within minutes? So I'd like you to try checking your inbox twice a day. Once before school starts, once before you leave, and that is it. You're going to turn off notifications. That ping can wait. You've got it on your schedule. You're not going to forget to do it. You want to also let people around you know. If it's urgent, text me, find me in person. Otherwise, I will be sure to answer at the end of the day because you are not an emergency hotline. You deserve to have time to teach, to prep, and to breathe. All right, number 1 was to be proactive, send the email first. And number 2 was setting inbox boundaries by having a schedule of when you're going to check your inbox. Number 3, this one was actually one I used for myself, and now I want to share it with you. Practice a pep talk on loop. You want to get your mind right before doing these emails. I just suggested you should do emails twice a day. I don't want that to be something you dread every day. Will you love checking your emails? Probably not. I can't ever imagine that happening, but I don't want you to feel the way I was feeling, that kind of stomach ache feeling. So what I want you to say is just one line that you're actually going to believe. Maybe it is, one email doesn't define my teaching. Or I'm doing the best I can, and that's enough. The pep talk I used for myself was, this will pass, and I'm almost through the hardest part. And that goes for you too. You're already doing the hardest part. You are showing up every single day, even when your inbox feels like it's working against you. If this episode reminded you of an email that's sitting in your drafts, or a family that you support and you've been avoiding, maybe this is your sign to send that one kind, positive message, not for the result, but for the reset. Also, if you're in the Taskbox Club and haven't logged in since the update, please consider this your own positive email from me. There are over 1,000 resources waiting for you now, organized, searchable, ready to make your life easier. Thank you for spending part of your day with me, and I'll catch you next time in the Special Educators Resource Room. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'm dying to ask, what'd you think? Be sure to hit the follow or subscribe buttons so that you never miss an episode. You can find the show notes and links for everything mentioned in this episode at positivelylearningblog.com. See you next week for more special education solutions.